Battlecry of Freedom by Ngakma Nor'dzin.
Part 2, the slogans. Slogan 58. Refrain from practicing just a little.
Ö-Dzin pa mi ja.
Consistency and commitment create an empowering relationship when riding the mind. Steadiness is most important for a horse rider. The rider must be the leader and the steady support for the horse. The horse's instincts as a prey animal are to be wary of everything as a potential predator and to be ready to flee if necessary. The rider functions as the herd leader, the protector and supporter of the horse, the reassuring presence that enables the horse to overcome its instinct of flight or fright. Through the qualities given and received by horse and rider, their cooperation enables them both to be greater than they are alone and to achieve extraordinary feats. A horse may be able to jump a 5-bar gate, but it will not usually do so unless it has a reason. If escape from a predator is the reason, the horse will jump the gate. A horse is supple and powerful and can perform extraordinary athletic movements. An exuberant young horse can be seen naturally performing actions that a dressage trainer would name as pirouette, piaffe, levade, courbet, croupade and capriole. The rider can engage natural horse capacity, improving power and strength, to develop the capability in the mature horse to perform such actions. Dedicated, consistent work in the chosen discipline is needed to achieve the potential of the rider and the horse. Even if all that will be asked of the horse is a gallop through the wood, or the confidence to explore new trails and tackle challenging terrain, there still needs to be a nurtured and developed relationship between the horse and rider. In the same way, practitioners must nurture the relationship with their practice intention. It is excellent to avoid the sloppiness of sporadic practice and establish a daily practice commitment. It is excellent to successfully accomplish that intention. Now the application of mind training within that practice commitment is examined. Is the intention of the session being carried through, or is it allowed to become dissipated through laziness or distraction? Such dissipation is what is meant by practicing just a little. Steadiness and consistency is essential in every practice session. If the intention was to let go of thought, was that the focus of the session? If the intention was to examine the movement of thought, was that the focus of the session? If the intention was to practice Tonglen, Laminaljo or visualization, was that the focus of the session? Or was something else the focus of the mind during the practice session? Practitioners must avoid capriciousness and frivolity in relation to their practice.
Tokme Zangpo says, "Do not change your expression from cheery to depressed at the slightest provocation, because this will only upset your companions."
Similarly, the demeanour of being a committed practitioner of mind training must be consistent at all times. Moodiness, being temperamental, fickle or oversensitive should be avoided. Waking up in a bad mood should be transformed with practice and the expression of moodiness avoided. Feeling irritable should not be justified by illness, sadness or tiredness and allowed to adversely affect others. Practitioners take responsibility for their mind state. They do not vomit emotionalism on others.
Trangpa Rinpoche says, "If bad things happen, we should not get overly upset or depressed. If good things happen, we should not get overly excited and happy. The idea is to be very even-tempered. Whatever happens, good or bad, We should stay on an even keel.
Practitioners must be steady, but steadiness does not mean seriousness, gravity, severity, solemnity, somberness, or dourness in particular. Mind training develops joyfulness, vitality, and sparkle. A sense of humour and delight in humour is a natural part of that. The recognition that duality is created, actively and willfully, is humorous. No one is doing this to anyone else. It is not a scene of torture. If there is torture, it is that identity fixation is torturing itself by trying to make identity exist beyond the present moment. It could be viewed as amusing that when sitting with the intention of allowing the mind to become empty, the mind insists on being full of thought. It could be humorous to know that the intention to cut the flow of an unskillful pattern is resolute, but somehow the pattern keeps happening. It is a choice whether to view these situations as amusing or frustrating. To view them as frustrating would be the moody choice. To view them as amusing would be the awakening choice.
Ngakpa Rinpoche says, particularly avoid the triple S syndrome, sulky, sullen and surly.
Duality is ludicrous from the perspective of non-duality. Undermining duality should be taken seriously, but the fact of needing to undermine the self-creation of duality is humorous. Practitioners take responsibility for the content of their practice and the content of their minds. Explode that mood, do not indulge it. Explode laziness and distraction. Do not take a holiday from the demeanour and intention of mind training. Focused intent and the wish to prioritise others' needs must be ever present, not just there for a little and sometimes present. Never allow awakening view and awakening intention to diminish.
Ngakpa Rinpoche and Khandro Dechen say, taking offence is the major popular sport of this era. People of most Western countries have become highly skilled in it.